Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, I hope you enjoyed my last rafting video I posted. We did the upper sack yesterday on Sunday. Excuse me. But there was a point in the run, and my good buddy Neiman was on the side videotaping at Gibson Hole or Bridge Hole, whatever you know it by. And we kind of got choked up there. And so I had to do a maneuver that I don't see a lot of rafters doing. But it's a great maneuver. I call it a orbital slingshot, where I spin my raft to put it in a position that I want it to be. And since Neiman took this video, I'm going to break down the move because I don't see a lot of other rafters doing it. I use it a lot. I use it in my kayak too, mostly because, well, not because, but mostly I tend to paddle my raft using my kayaking knowledge, and I apply it to the raft. Even though the raft is bigger and you have to do things ahead of time, a lot pre-planned, whereas in a kayak you can respond and do stuff instantly. There are times when you can do this in your raft, and I'm going to break down this video that Neiman shot of us shooting through Bridge Hole and explain to you what I did. So hopefully, who knows, you can apply it to your rafting techniques or your kayaking techniques, and it'll help you from getting stuck in a really nasty hole when you're approaching something that you know you're just going to get foobarred on. So, yeah, I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to show it to you. Well, I'm going to try and do this one-handed, holding my cell phone, and we're going to play this through. This is the footage that Neiman shot. I don't know why it's not loading. Come on, load. So this is me coming in with my son, arching my raft, and that is the maneuver I want to show you. And this is, we'll explain this all through here. Hey, why'd you go away? So, give me a second. All right, let's see if this works. So, I'm gonna get this where you can see all of it. So as we're coming in, you can see us coming in right there. So right here in the corner of your screen, where my finger is a raft that we were following, and we wanted to come in onto this left line, which is closer to the camera, because this hole has a reputation of really eating rafts. But on the approach, he did a couple backstrokes which slowed himself down, and I was coming on pretty strong. So I was going to collide into the back end of his boat. And I didn't want to do that, and it could have knocked both of us into the hole. So I made a split-second decision to cut right to get underneath these small willow trees here. So as I'm trying to do this right here, my son, who is right there on the left side of the raft, he made a stroke that was going to put us on top of those willows. So I yelled at him. I said, go under the trees. So we adjusted and went under the trees. But in that split-second moment, our momentum to go over this way was lost. So this line of current was literally about to put us in the hole. So right here, I did a massive backstroke. I'm the guy on the right. I did a massive backstroke, spun the boat right here. My son is still doing a forward stroke because I didn't call out any commands because I wanted him to keep doing what he was doing. And the current was going to take us right into this hole right here. And that was going to pretty much foobar us. That was going to eat us. So in that massive backstroke, I spun the raft here, which took the back end of the boat, and I used that momentum in the back end of the boat to throw us over here instead of
following this main water into the trough. And as I did that, I grabbed right here. I did another backstroke, kind of like a boof stroke in your kayak. I grabbed the falling water and I did another power backstroke right here to keep our energy up. My son figured out what was going on, and we, instead of going down here where we were just, instead of going down in there where we were going to be completely destroyed, using the kinetic energy from the stern of my boat to slingshot us over, we ended up punching that way. Now you can see my boat starting to angle and go away from the hole to river right. And right there, you can see how steep an angle that was. That would normally stop a raft and surf you. But I reached back with my paddle over the wave, and my son joined in, and we grabbed the green water behind the raft right here, grabbing the green water behind the raft, keeping that energy up, and rocking the boat up and over. So I will run this back and forth a few times so you can see it. So we're coming in. I see that we're going to get eaten. I start this, what I call an orbital slingshot, to redirect my boat, spin it around, and it's all about timing and keeping that momentum spinning away from the hole and then lining it up and driving it through. Now this is a rafting technique that I don't see too many other rafters use, but it's one that I use all the time. And I'm just going to rock this back and forth so you guys can see how it works, because it is a very effective technique to avoid slamming into stuff that you don't want to slam into. Now some people look at this and they think, oh, you guys were just ad-libbing it. No, I do this all the time when I'm rafting. So here I'm going to let it play through and you'll see it in real time. And then here's the raft that we would have collided with and put us in the hole. So that's the footage. I was stoked that Neiman got it, and we got to see it.
So there you have it. I call that an orbital slingshot, and what it does is it pivots your boat, and using the kinetic energy off the side of the boat, you're slingshotting away to throw the boat and pull it out in the direction you want it to go. So you're slingshotting yourself out. Kind of like if you can imagine Star Trek 4 when they slingshot it around the sun to get enough speed to time warp. It's sort of the same concept. You want to start a rotation, and you got to time it with the water. Start a rotation, and then use the kinetic energy of the tip of your boat to slingshot you. But it takes a lot of timing to hit your paddle in the water at the right time, to not stop the rotation, but to, as it comes around, to redirect it so it pulls you out of what you don't want to be in or where you want to go. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. It's a rafting tip I use when I'm out rafting. I use it a lot when I'm kayaking. You'll see me rotate my boat and slingshot out of an eddy or around a rock or in a whirlpool and stuff. It's very common with kayakers, but I very rarely see rafters using that technique. So I'm going to pass this along to you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you learned something. Have fun out there rafting. It's a great way to spend time out in nature. Talk to you later. Stay safe and keep bombing down those rivers.